Greetings, beautiful souls. We have a few days until Winter Solstice. This year, in the 2021, Winter Solstice falls on the Tuesday, December 21st. Now, every year we celebrate winter and summer solstice, but every year the energy shifts a little bit, depending on the vibration of that year. So the 2021 has been a year vibrating with a frequency of number 5, which means transformation. Many of you, if not all who are listening to this video, have undergone through tremendous transformation this year. It may have felt like your whole life shattered apart and you have to build yourself up. And you found those new things that you have not even expected that they ever will be in your life. And everything have changed. The change is beautiful and sometimes a little bit painful. And then let's just stick with the beautiful. Now, we are coming into a year of number 6, 2022, vibrate with the frequency of number 6, which is an energy of truth. Seeing the truth, which can be quite an interesting year, but we'll talk about that in the next video. So 2021, if you write 2021 into different positions of the numbers, you come with the year 2012. So in the 2012, we end up a Mayan prophecy in this huge 5,000 little bit plus over year cycle. And we knew that the Mayans have not set a new prophecy because we are a reality shifters. We can change the destiny of the outcome of the humanity, of the earth, of whenever we will step into the new earth or not step into the new earth. And it really depends on us who are collectively incarnated in this lifetime. It doesn't depend on whatever Pleiadians or anybody else wishes for us. That's why you are here, as your representation of these Pleiadians or of your star nations, of your people. They begged you literally to come back here, and you are so excited for this journey to be here to assist in this shift and the changes. We are the reality shifters, and we do have to be in the physical body, in the physical incarnation to make any changes, to make any shifts. Now, from the 2012 until 2021, we had this preparation kind of the energies. Many people agree and feel that the last winter solstice, 2020, we truly step into that age of Aquarius, that something happened, that maybe that prophecy really ended on that year. And now we are truly shifting into this new energy of this new earth, of this new possible destiny for humanity and of course for the earth. And from the earth, all this energy sort of bounds or vibrate in the cosmos. So whatever happened on the earth also affect all the cosmos around us. So we are actually a very important part of this universe. Now, last winter solstice was incredible energy. Lots of awakening had happened and a lot of changes have happened. And many of you had a bigger part of your higher self joining with you and walking in your body. So you, in a way, had a walk-in experience. You didn't have a shift of any spirit or somebody possessing you. You had your own energy walking more deeply within you. And it was a perfectly aligned with the year of 21, the year of transformation. When there's a higher energy walking to you, you need to make a space for that energy. You do need to transform from a person who you used to be, who you are, into who you would like to be. So there are these 3 parts of you, and I have talked about this whole year: the 1.0 version, 2.0 version, and the 3.0 version. So if you follow my videos, it was around the summer solstice, when we really walk into that 3.0 version, right? To walking through that lion's gate and really feeling our future selves, giving yourself a hug and making that merge within yourself. Your future self is a part of that walking of your higher self energy. Then the fall comes, and here we're coming into the winter months and winter solstice. And we are going over these last hurdles of the energies. The last hurdles will be the darkness within you. It's not the darkness that affects you from the outside forces, let's say, to be affected by the spirits or implants or any other outwardly or outside invasive energy. You are literally attacked by your inwardly energy, by your own self, by your own fears. So you still have a few days to find out what are your biggest fears, what are you afraid of? And maybe some of you already went through it and you says, I'm good, I'm done, I'm ready. So you can enjoy the few more days of, I'm ready for this. And if you still have a little work to do, then this is a perfect time to walk into your darkness, and don't be afraid of it. Do not be afraid what you may have found. You may have found a deep things or the simple things. I'm afraid that I'm disconnected from source. I'm afraid if I connect with the source, I will be rejected. I'm afraid I will never be loved. I'm afraid I will never be successful. I'm afraid I will fail with anything that I do. Find those little bits and the pieces, and they start looking at the origin. Where did it come from? Is it this authentic fear? Or is it something that somebody planted inside of your thinking process? How true is that statement that you feel that is holding you back? Now, we can compare this to going through the darkness, to the birth process, because on that 21st of December, we're celebrating the birth of Christ. Now, this time, or any other times when we're celebrating the winter solstice, is not the birth of the one baby and the next coming, amazing kind of the being. It is the birth of yourself. You are the next coming. Every single one of you. You are birthing the Christ consciousness in your body. And I would say now, it's not only the Christ consciousness, it is a Christ Magdala consciousness. We are moving in the perfect merge. We are moving into times and lives of the perfect merge of the masculine and the feminine energy together, sort of activating the twin flame within you, your own love, your own oneness, your own greatness within you. And really feeling it and honoring it with you. Now, as the winter solstice stands for the darkest time of the night or darkest part of the day and the shortest light in the day, that is that longest time when you spend in your darkness. Take it as such a gift. Take it as those birth pains that prepare you for holding yourself in your arms and giving yourself love. The bird, if you ever gave the bird, is definitely not fun. It's not definitely most beautiful and divine process. At least I can tell it was. It was a beautiful after, but the pain through it may be very excruciating, depending, what kind of the bird you're having, what kind of the assistance you are having, how you are prepared, and that will literally transform in our spirituality. Some mothers are traumatized by the bird, some children are traumatized by the bird, and some just going through it in the beautiful, eloquent kind of the way. Often when you give a bird, doesn't matter what kind of the pains you had or how horrible it may have been, you hold the baby and suddenly everything goes away. That is what may happen to you. Knowledge will give you a way to minimize the trauma. There was a study done that the level of the pain that the woman goes through the natural birth, it's so high that it's almost unsustainable And compare if you have this pain without knowing what is happening to you. So in other words, if you have a pain that you know that is useful and helpful to hold your child in your arms, you are able to just to go through it and know there's going to be some hours, it's going to end, I'm going to hold my baby and it's going to stop, but it's going to go away. Versus when you have a pain for whatever kind of the reason that you don't understand, that you don't know what is happening to you, that pain can lead you into literally a coma. It can lead you into all kind of the traumas after that, because you are going through the pain and you don't understand when it's going to end and what is the outcome of this pain. So there are two different ways how to look at the pain. Now, what we're going through now is this emotional pain, because the darkness within you, to literally bring it up, it means to connect to your emotions and go deeply, deeply inside. And when you bring those emotions of, I don't know, rejections, heartbreak, failure, fear of whatever you may have been in the past, abandonment, hate, anything that may be out there that you're going to find, if you know that it is not just something that you're gonna dwell forever, or you're never gonna go, never know going to go, you never know when it's going to go away. It's gonna be different. When you now know that you have a purpose, okay, there's a 21st December that's coming on Tuesday. That is my moment to walk into the light, to rebirth myself in the Christ Magdala consciousness, to claim a beautiful merge within my body, to make it work together, owning the twin flame energy within me. Then I know that those few days of the pain that I may sit with it are not as bad as they sound, because then I'm holding my beautiful self. I rebirth myself into that 3.0 version. So let's say that for the last 6 months, we may have been pregnant with ourselves and trying to shape ourselves into that 3.0 version. We were trying what is working and what is not working. And now finally, it's time to really step in that 3.0 version of yourself. So again, don't be afraid. Look what it is that's holding you back and transmute it. Find the opposite of it and tell yourself, okay, you know, if I feel like I am rejected and I'm rejecting myself as well, what would be opposite of that kind of the emotion? It's the acceptance, right? I can accept myself and I can allow myself to be accepted by the others, by my family, by my friends, by my coworkers, by everybody that I am interacting with in my everyday life. And those who want to accept me the way I am, I welcome them in my life. And if there are people who will not accept me, it doesn't matter what I do, then I do not have to change for them that they will accept me. I can be my authentic self and accept the fact that I cannot be what they need me to be. And don't feel guilty about it. Just let it, you know, evolve on its own. So find what it is, shift it, transmute it, and own it. Explain it to yourself. And the next part is really sit every day and define who your new self is. So obviously we are staying living in the three-dimensional world, right? In this lovely three-dimensional bodies. And we can have a life filled with love, with happiness, with success in what we do. Why not? We can live with a five-dimensional consciousness, five-dimensional and higher consciousness in these three-dimensional bodies, because we are beginning of the multi-dimensional human race. You are an amazing cosmic pioneer who came here at this time to open the doorway into a new earth. We have been dreaming about a new earth for a long time. We have been reading and hearing about new earth for a long time. We kind of, you know, got excited and lost the excitement about the new earth for a long time. But now it feels like this is the time The new earth is not just, place B where you come from the place A. When you relocate, pack your bags and says, see ya, here I am. It is the part of this earth where we are. But our job is to embody this new earth within us and maybe repopulate this new earth with this new consciousness that we carry, with this fifth and higher dimensional consciousness, with our desire to live a life, a beautiful, harmonious life between masculine and feminine energy within us, but also as couples in the lovely relationships with the lovely families and so much on. Live a life filled with love and happiness. And actually, success is part of that life because we need to thrive. We need to thrive to be happy. I'm sure that we can, be happy without thriving. That's a kind of good question. Can be happy without thriving? Happy energy is very active energy. So I can be happy lying on the sofa and watching the Netflix for maybe 2 hours, but then I get bored. And the happiness needs a little bit of movement. Maybe I need to go to the kitchen and make myself a tea and little snack and go back to watching the Netflix. Happiness, to me, would be a very physical, doable kind of the energy. So for that, we need to thrive. So we live with the love and the happiness and thriving in this new earth. Rita is set out the energy for the future. Many of us are set on the ascension. And I think that we kind of got caught up in that moment for a while. And it has been great and good because it allowed for a lot of self-observation, self-development, striving to be a better person than you have been yesterday, a week before, and year before. But ascension is sort of, very singular kind of the process when you work through your things and says, I'm tired, I'm done, let me go for the ascensions, I'm never going back here, I'm maybe assisting from that planetary level. If you will truly feel it within your heart, then it is for you. But perhaps there's a little change right now, and change in the game a little bit. What if we focus on this new earth before your ascension? Now, by the end of the life, you can totally follow this scenario and go up there. But you says, what is it that I can do before I ascend? How it is that I can make a change in this world? How I can be in the assistance? So let's say that, you are not going to become a psychic or healer or spiritual talker and teaching the workshop. You know that you will continue to be a teacher and doctor and lawyer and baker, and you will do we need these people in the all possible occupation in this place. And you said, so how do I set this energy for the new earth? Maybe people will not like to listen to me talking about the new earth and spirituality. You will become an influencer. You will teach by example on your life. All you need to do is to develop a heart and mind connection, to live from your heart and make those decisions out of your mind and not out of that lower ego that kind of get us into trouble and help us to make wrong decisions quite often, right? Now, living from the heart, the best advice or best teaching that I have found so far would be from the wing makers. Now, some of you are familiar with the wingmakers.com. Check it out. If it's for you, enjoy it. If it's not for you, leave it alone. This says that they are Pleiadians from the future. My guides definitely led me to this kind of the information. And there is this little exercise that speaks about the 6 heart virtue. And so if we embody the 6 heart virtue, we focus more on others than only ourselves and our own personal ascension. And we make a change in this world. We make change for us, definitely, and change for our family and everybody who is close to us, who is affected by our energies. And think of it that you are like a, 5,000 volts bulb that's like affecting, giving a lot of light far, far away. You are like the lighthouse in the purest, darkest night. So yeah, what you do matter. So the 6 heart virtues goes like that. Understanding. Understand that everything is energy and that everything happens for a reason. Everything what happened to you until now led you to the moment of now. When you realize it, then you can understand it. When I understand something, I have a compassion. I have a compassion that we are part of another's destiny. Even those who have done harm to me were part of my destiny, where I could come to the moment and says, I'm done. I have a choice about my destiny. I don't have to be what everyone else wants me to be, but I can be myself. I can be my authentic self and really allow my higher self guide me on this journey. I can be connected to the source. And there are those positive people that affect your destiny, that you meet somebody and you says, but I want to transform. I want to be a better person, not for that person, but for myself. Because I find the things within myself that may not work anymore, or I may not like about myself. But if I like it about myself, maybe those other people will like it as well. And if not, I'm just grateful that they were part of my life, or this part of the destiny that I get myself until now. But I'm happy. I'm happy with myself. Then comes the forgiveness. And they may come into different, places, but the forgiveness is replace victimhood and annoyance with understanding and compassion. Sometimes it's hard to forgive. Forgive the people, what they have done to you. Forgive your ancestors. Forgive what happened in the wars and the politics. Forgive ourselves for making the wrong choices or being in the wrong place in the wrong time. But it's the forgiveness that is needed, probably the most. Forgiveness is like a helium balloon that gets you definitely into that ascension where you want to be. Forgiveness is the key to the new earth. We can't hold our grudges anymore. Things happen. And if you hold a grudge, if you have an anger, if you can't release it and let it go, the only one that you are really blocking and holding back is to yourself. You're like getting yourself these heavy rocks on your legs and you're adding more and more to it until you can't walk anymore. Until they pull you down and you're crawling and dragging yourself and they are still there. So forgive, allow yourself to find it within you. It may take you a while, but you definitely will get there. And then when you release it, you are like the bird that can fly out of the cage that have always been opened. Appreciation, a small gestures of gratitude and the act of kindness. It doesn't matter what kind of the family or the situation that you're living in. Sometimes to help to clean somebody's room or the mess, smile at somebody, hold the door at the store for somebody. Those are the little acts of the kindness. And if you can help more, I don't know, donate some money, clothes, cook for somebody, food into the food pantry. Those are the acts of kindness. It doesn't matter how small or big they are meaningful. And the amount of money doesn't give the meaning to the act of the kindness. The act of the kindness is something that comes from your heart. It doesn't come out of the guilt. If I hold the door because I feel guilty that this lady has a whole bags in her hands, and I'm open the door and I'm standing there all annoyed and I'm feeling, like, oh God, one more minute, I just lost right now and I'm really in a hurry and here I have to hold this door for this lady because I feel so guilty. You pass that annoyed energy all in your field. So the woman walking out, instead of being grateful, feels awkward and feels like, oh gosh, I feel really bad. I'm just holding them up and I already feel bad about myself, or I'm such a failure. You're just spreading the low vibrational energy. Instead of just forget how much you are in a hurry, hold that door, enjoy it, and feel the pleasure in your heart from it. That makes the difference. See, it is the act, what you do, and it's the energy behind it that you give. And the last part is letting go of your judgment. If I want to do the act of kindness, I'm not going to hold the judgment to it. Whatever people will do with that food or the clothes or the money that I donate, or that I carry too many bags in their hand, it is not my place to judge. We did not come here to judge, to be judged and be caught in all that judgment. So it goes back into the acceptance. Next, humility. Soul's expression of unconditional love. This is what I call this beautiful alignment between mind and the soul and the body. All those who come to the point of the feeling unconditional love are very humble people. You don't hear them bragging about who they are and what they have done and what accomplished they've had, or what kind of the incarnations they had. Oh, amazing. What kind of the amazing people they used to be in the past. Those are the people who are absolutely amazing. So be humble. Know who you are. Know what you can do. Express the unconditional love toward yourself and toward anybody who is willing to receive it, and have fun with it. And the last part of the sixth virtue is the bravery. Bravery. Act of speaking of truth, to standing up for yourself, saying no, having boundaries. I would add into the bravery an act of communication. I think it's time that we learn to communicate a little bit better. We can say the truth and hurt the people's feelings. And we can say the truth in a gentle, compassion way, filled with understanding and humility and appreciation. So the truth can be said or expressed at least two different ways. One is the plain down straight truth, and one is the way that I can understand it, that I can connect to it. And sometimes we are afraid to speak because we have been killed in the past and the things happened to the past and so much on. It's time to speak up our truth, but not in the angry manner, not in the frustrated manner, not into, an anxious manner, but from our heart, so the others can connect it if they are meant to, if they feel it. So that is the energy that every single one of us can hold. Every single one of us can live out of the heart virtue. Doesn't matter in the which part of the life we are or what kind of the occupation we have. Understanding, compassion, forgiveness, appreciation, bravery, and humility. That create a heart and mind connection. That is the beginning of this new journey of our new selves, of our future, of our children, of our grandchildren, of this new earth. Now, wouldn't it be exciting to live in a place like this? Think about it. Wouldn't it be exciting to actually have a life in the earth like that? I would like to have it. I would definitely skip the ascension for a little bit and go for this. But we all make our decisions. What is best for me may not be best for you. But before you leave, you still have many years ahead of you that you can help to prepare it for those who would like to stay, who would like to continue here. So that is something to think about the winter solstice. And what is that you can do? You can call upon your energy and accept your energy back. You can call for the missing pieces of your mind and the soul that you have left in the earthly realm and let that bring it back. So out of the darkness, you make a space for this new part of yourself. And at the time, please set out the intentions for the new earth. If you think about it, what place you would like to live in? What place you would like to leave your children and grandchildren to live? And even though if you are absolutely convinced that this is your last lifetime, then set the energy for those who decide to stay, who come after you. That is the act of kindness. That is the appreciation for the time that you have spent here. Now, if you are looking for the group or somebody who would like to join in the meditation, if you would like to, you can join me and my students and my friends. We are going to meet on the astral plane. We're going to bilocate into a Newgrange in Ireland. Now, the sunrise in the Newgrange Ireland on the Tuesday 21st, it's at 8:36 in the morning in the island. So what we are going to do, we're gonna look what is it in our time frame. So let's say I live in the South Carolina. For me, it's at 3:00 in the morning and 36 minutes. So we're gonna join at 3:30 or 38 minutes, right? We're gonna join at the 3:30. We're gonna, I'm going to set up my alarm and spend about 30 minutes in the meditation. The Newgrange Ireland has been an amazing place for the initiations. Many of ancient kings and leaders and mystery schools adepts have been initiated in the place to collect the ancient pieces of themselves. Literally, collect your knowledge and your wisdom and your beautiful mind of how to utilize them in the place of the earth. So the sun literally entered this place only on the winter solstice for about 17 minutes. So if we spend about 30 minutes in the meditation, it's a perfect time, perfect place. So if you would like to join us, please join us. It will be a quiet and distant meditation. So again, I will start at 3:30 in the morning time of the Eastern Standard Time, which is the South Carolina time. And I will spend meditation about 30 minutes of that. And if you like to join me and my students and my followers, my friends, please join us. Just come up there. We may walk inside of the mount, or you may sit around the mount. You may think about the alignment of the soul and the mind within your body, that it becomes this beautiful, beautiful vessel, beautiful instrument for your higher self. So you can be this pioneer of the new earth, of the new energies, of the new future, which is really, really exciting. And it's such a gift that we can give to ourselves and to anybody who lives at this time on the earth. We are born in the most exciting times of the exciting changes. I know it's hard, and I know you are tired. I sometimes get really tired as well and frustrated, but we have an opportunity to be a reality shifters, to open the door to the new earth. And I think that is a gift that you came here to, again, give to yourself and give the humanity. So I love you guys, and I see you on the winter solstice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, and if you follow my channel, you may join me for the annual YouTube live, which I believe I will do at 1:00 on the Tuesday 21st, 1:00 in the afternoon of the Eastern Standard Time, and more information coming. I love you. Have a wonderful winter solstice and happy holidays.